who hope to one day be the world's greatest driving heroes. Created from the cosmic legends of the universe comes our team captain, the Vision, Bill Fisher, and their soon-to-be Wonder Woman, Vicki Fisher, and our Captain Marvel and head flight trainee, Jennifer Scripchuk. Their mission: to fight injustice, share what is right and wrong, to get you out of your house and come out racing with them and serve all mankind. They are the Garage Heroes in Training Team.
Welcome to the Garage Heroes in Training podcast. I'm going to be the host for the episode. My name is Bill. Who else is hosting?
I'm Vicki.
Miss Vicki, returning guests.
Yes, I know. It's been a while.
Been 2 or 3 years, maybe something like that. A couple hundred episodes. We get to say we knew them back when they were just little baby birds growing up.
They've been very busy.
They've been very busy. They're still doing things that nobody else understands, which is great, and solving lots and lots of problems. So with that, welcome back, David and Daniel. How are you guys doing?
We are doing fantastic. It's great to be back. Thanks for having us. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, thanks so much.
It's well overdue. I was watching the one of the Grid Life reviews. I can't remember. It was live. It was either Laguna or it was probably Pit Race because I was home that weekend. And I'm like, these guys are doing everything now. We haven't talked to them in way too long. I'm like, I probably, being the good podcast host I am, the day after we get back from a race, I've done no research whatsoever. But I know where you were, and I know what you were doing for the live broadcast on Grid Life, and I'm sure there's other stuff that I don't even know about. So let's start with, in case this is the first time anybody's listening to you guys on our podcast or on another podcast or any podcast, because rising tides raise all boats. What are you guys up to? What are you doing?
Good question. So firelabs.com is where you can find us. And we are the first and only driver development platform. And what that really means is that we bridge that gap between, so many folks who have some type of data logger in their car, and they don't quite know how to gain insights from that data. We are the answer to that. So what Firelabs does is we take your driver data from your AIM or your Racebox or Apex Pro or whatever it is. We analyze that data and we show it to you in a really easy, intuitive way. And then we use machine learning and our thousands and thousands of laps we have in our database to give you actionable insights on where you can find time specifically. So rather than just looking at your data, you have access to all of this community data of great drivers, and it really is what we like to say, it's the fastest way to get faster, is to get plugged in with Firelabs and start getting those insights handed to you on a silver platter rather than making you dig through them by looking at squiggly lines. So that's really where we stand out in the market.
So you guys aren't the only people who've changed since we talked. Miss Vicki,
Yes.
actually has looked at and may potentially again look at data in the future. Maybe.
So listen, I've come to the realization that there is a time and a place to absorb data. If it's just given to you and you're not ready to understand it, it means nothing. So I'm at that point now when I'm now ready to absorb data. There you go.
But nothing would make her happier than not having to do any work and having the data just kind of visually given to her. If only we knew
if
somebody.
Only there was such a product.
There's got to be somebody. That seems like a market that's unserved. I don't.
We live in a busy world,
right? I mean, who could solve that problem? That would be fire.
That's what we said. That's what we said in 2022. We were like, why is this not a thing? And we can do this, and we can do this well. And just a refresher from our last conversation, Daniel's background is in machine learning and AI, and he's got quite the resume, sort of all kinds of things he's done in the past. And so that's really, he's our CTO and really the backbone of our tech. And then I have been responsible for the strategic direction of where we go and listening and talking to the drivers at the track and, adding features and developing the platform. And like you said, we've definitely been very busy because when we wrapped up, we had just launched our intelligent lap coach, which is the tier of the platform that gives you those specific insights. And we have made so many enhancements to that over the past year or two. Um, and so every time you upload your laps now, you're getting points on the track that are showing you can gain a couple tenths here, a couple tenths there, and they're going to show you in plain English where and what you can do to find that time. And so there's just nothing that's been like that in the future. And so that's kind of where we left off, and we've just been scaling that over the past couple of years. But that brings us up to present, and I'll get into all kinds of the new stuff whenever
So,
we want.
so Miss Vicky is a future, actually current and future. Well, let me rephrase that. We are a user. Whether Miss Vicky's a user or not, that's a different story. Miss Vicky, what do you need? Because I know you like the Apex Pro, kind of. You hate the aim, but if somebody's willing to digest it for you, you're kind of cool with it. What do you need, being the visual person that you are on track?
I am a very visual person. Um, so I think that the platform that they are describing, it's actually it would actually allow, if I'm gathering this description properly, you would upload your data, and then you were saying that it would match whatever was there on the track, and then it would start giving segments of where you can improve, like my lap over that lap, and it's saying this is what you could do with that. So what you could, is that what you're saying it does?
Yeah, so that's the core of it for sure. And I know this is a podcast, but
Mm-hmm.
We get to
just
make hand puppets and finger wave around. So,
I sent a request to you,
yep,
Bill,
got it.
just to share my screen
Mm-hmm.
because I think I think that our listeners here will kind of see the light bulb go on in Vicky's mind as she gets to take a look at what I'll share right now. Um, so whenever, am I good to go?
Yep, you're good to go.
All right, let's see.
We're gonna post the video for this segment. So,
Oh, okay. So this is a session I'm analyzing. This was the last race I had at Autobahn
Mm-hmm.
just a couple weeks ago. And what you'll see is I have my fastest lap shown here. I have my drive line where I can see exactly where I went. I can hover and I can see my speed at any point on the track. I
hmm
can overlay all kinds of stuff. I can overlay my lateral G's.
Wow.
I can overlay my min and max speeds. I can actually click and play. Uh, I can play my lap and I can see actually my little dot moving along. I could do this with multiple laps. I could do this with my laps and your laps and Bill's laps, and we could layer them all on top of each other. So from a visual element, this is like really nice to see. It's a Google Maps view with a drive line overlaid on the track.
hmm
Then we have, all kinds of other things stacked in here. Like we have just a speed trace graph where you can go ahead and you can compare laps side by side and you can see where there's differences as you graph the speed, and you can click any point on the map and get the data of that exact segment. So, so all of that's there, and you can play with this, and it's really, really helpful. But this is just the visual interface that we have. If we clear all of this off, we can take a look at the intelligent lap coach, and this is giving me specific insights. You'll see there's these little light bulbs that pop up, and if
Mm-hmm.
I hover over them, it's going to tell me in plain English what I can actually do. And it's giving me the three best places to save time next time I go out on track. So here it says maintain throttle through the middle of the turn, apply more throttle on exit. And I can actually click on that, and it will give me step by step what to do in my turn entry, my mid turn exit, overall information. And then I can actually see like my forward acceleration G. You can see what I did is I
Yep.
overslowed a little bit right there, and it lost me. Look at right there. So the black
Yep.
value is the what I should be doing, and you can see I'm 2-3 miles an hour off pace leaving this corner. And
Just gets
those
worse
are
as
like
the
specific
runway
measurable
goes. Yeah.
things that I can do next time I take that corner, literally the very next session.
Okay.
So
So is there an option that we can upgrade so that this doesn't come through in my voice to Miss Vicky? Is that extra or is that
I'm
included?
just saying this
She
little
might listen to
program
this. She doesn't listen
is
to me.
very unapologetic. It just lays you bare.
you know what? And it's just
Of all
the
of
data
it.
doesn't lie. So
Nope. Of all of it, this one just is like, up, this is what you did. See, you're a
mhm.
jerk. You drove
The
like a
cold,
jerk.
the
It's
cold
like the old
precision of
Shakespeare
AI.
things. How
No,
many?
this is very good. This is very, very good.
It's like Shakespeare. How do you suck? Let me count the ways.
That's right. That's right.
Exactly. Well, it's cool. I mean, it looks at all of your laps. It looks at your laps throughout the weekend. It looks at um, laps of other drivers. Sometimes you'll get a notification that'll say, based on laps of other drivers, you may be able to carry more speed here or, whatever. And so, like, that's something that's really like a new concept in the
Mm-hmm.
world of motorsports data. And every single other data logger or product out there does one thing very well. It records your data and you can go look at it and try to decipher it and figure out where you could find some time and how much time that might actually be. But we are the only platform that we're actually taking all of this data, we're analyzing it for you at a superhuman level, and then we're giving you those insights on a silver platter that say, "Hey, look, here is your biggest opportunity to find some time." So uh, that's what the Intelligent Lap Coach does, and what we've refined. This has definitely grown a bunch since we
Yeah,
met last.
yeah,
So,
for sure.
yep.
I think if I recall, you could sort by, friends and compare to them,
Hmm.
and then I believe you could sort by car type, like if it was Spec Miata or whatever.
You can. I don't think there's an easy way to, Daniel, is there a good way to sort by vehicle? I mean, vehicle setups are so widely
Yeah, yeah,
different.
yeah.
Like my Miata, I race against Porsches and BMWs. So my
Mm-hmm.
Miata is not a super helpful,
Mm-hmm.
um, benchmark there. But what you can do is make a group like this GLGT group, which we'll
Right.
talk about our Grid Life sponsorship. But
Yep.
this is all folks running GLGT that have decided to share their data publicly in a group so they can overlay data with their competitors. So all these guys are running in this same new series. And so it's been interesting to look at it and see, two guys that run. I was doing this with Hans, who actually won the
Yep.
championship and used Firelapse a bunch, actually. He and I looked at our data at Autobahn, I think, and we were within a tenth of each other. But the way I was making up time on corner entry, and he was making it
Mm-hmm.
up on corner exit with
Right.
his V8.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty cool to see the way that the speed traces were so different, even though the like lap times were nearly identical. So yeah.
All right. So Daniel, I've got a request from a listener, codename Bill. I think we need a metric. Okay. I think we need like just a one number that kind of granular scales everything. And I'm going to call it percent Tomo. So it just judges you as what percent of Tomo are you? I think we could get the license to it. It might, we might know somebody who could probably get that, but I'm
We can
thinking
work on the paperwork.
percent Tomo. I think that might be the key metric, the overall,
Well, I'll show you. We don't have something as humorous as comparing you to Tom, but it will look
that would be
at.
very humorous to compare me to Tom.
It
It's
would be
like,
very
oh,
fun. We
here's the
need a
little
picture of him
baby
with his
boy, and here's
glasses.
the big bad wolf, right?
But this is interesting. It will show you your consistency, and it will show you, like in this session, I'm 2 seconds faster than average, an average car with the rate of acceleration my car has and the grip that my car has.
Okay.
So you'll see when you go to these sessions, you've got you've got the date, the track, the weather that session, what your best lap was, your consistency, and then if you're faster or slower than average. So it's a good metric to say, hey, at least I'm doing something right. I'm actually, ahead of what someone may be doing in this with the same equipment, on average.
The
So
same equipment. Now let's for the people who are visually challenged right now, we're talking about a turbo K swap Miata.
we are.
So you're no joke in it now, you know?
I'm no joke in it. But
Mm,
what I mean by same equipment is not the actual
I know.
same
I'm just
vehicle.
looking at this car
Uh,
going, ooh.
No, it's really about, we can measure, we have all the data we can see the acceleration rates, the longitudinal
Mhm.
G's, and we can see, the max lateral G in any specific corner. So based on that, Daniel has built this all out. So we know, we can generally tell, well, I shouldn't say generally, we can exactly tell who is a great driver and who is a mediocre driver and who is a poor driver.
I'm
And
right
you can
here,
just
man.
tell
Don't talk
based
about me
on
like this. It's
what
terrible.
they're doing. We would never target you like that, Bill.
No, it's
Never,
okay.
never.
Just look at the back of the
Um,
back. I'll be there.
yeah, we'll be looking for you. But anyway, so you do get that. You don't get Tom, but you get at least compare yourself to an average driver. So if you're ahead of average, you're closer to Tom than further away from Tom. So
If you did this, I'm just brainstorming here, you know, Daniel, you can overrule. You've got Grand Poobah technology here. If we had like percent of Tom, you could have this icon of blue sunglasses, and however filled the sunglasses are, you could get there.
It's
And
like
then if you
one of those thermometers that fill.
exactly like a light blue sunglass thermometer, it'd be fantastic.
I
Maybe if you
think we
got really good, you could actually get the perfect hair even when it comes out of a helmet.
Oh, I know. He does that little swoosh. I talked to him about that one time.
I
I'm
don't
like,
know.
how's your hair always look like that when you get out of, and he's like, I just have one swoosh that I do and it's back. And I'm like, normal people like me put a hat on. Tom
Yeah,
doesn't.
the hat doesn't even begin to get my hair back to
He
normal,
has a
but
cutout in the top of his helmet, I'm
I think
sure of
so.
it, for
I
his
think there's no
hair.
padding on the top or something. He's
Yeah,
willing to
exactly.
risk it, but you know,
It's not safe, but he trusts himself. So,
yeah, he doesn't
um,
mess up too many times. But okay. So Miss Vicky, does this look like something that would take the squiggly lines and make it a little more palatable for someone like
I
you?
I think it's basically a coach without having a coach next to you. Is basically what it is.
Well, interpretation of the data is
Hmm.
tough. I mean,
Right,
that's a skill unto itself. You can be a
Yep.
great
right.
driver and still not know what a squiggly line looks like, and more so what the squiggly line is telling you you're not doing.
hmm
That's
Yep,
right.
that's exactly it. This is again, this everything else will record the data. It'll show it to you, but this will give you the
Hmm.
insights. And it's really the difference between looking at data at the track between sessions and
Right.
not, or maybe looking at it later that week at home, because you can in 5 minutes you can gain insights and say, oh, cool, I'm going to go out and do this and this and this.
Yep.
And so, that's really what it's all about. And so what we find is that drivers will use this throughout the weekend in a way that they wouldn't be looking at their aim data and
Hmm.
using. So that's really, that's a big difference. That's the difference between winning
Yep.
and not winning very often, just that.
Hmm.
Yeah, you've got strong support from Dewey on the podcast almost
Mm,
weekly. So
yeah. Yep. Exactly.
he's
I was
enjoying it.
talking with
He's
him
using it, you know, and
literally 20 minutes ago before before we got on. So
well, you can
um
tell him to listen to this podcast because I'm about to say it. If Dewey can do it, anybody can do it.
it's he'd be the same he'd say the same thing. He would say the same thing. But we've got a bunch of new stuff going on, and I
I
would love to
know
tell you guys about it.
this is just the iceberg tip that we covered somewhat. It's
I
much
know.
better. I mean, it wasn't bad before, but now it's even further along. Daniel, you've been bored. I can tell. You haven't done anything.
Yeah. Nothing going on. He's got
Nothing at
nothing
all.
else to do.
Nothing to see here.
Yeah.
So what other new toys and genius ideas have you guys come up with now?
So I'd say the most notable change took place a year ago, and when we developed and released our own hardware. So we now have our own data logger that we sell. It's called the Firelink. And it, in and of itself, is nothing particularly fancy or special compared to other devices out there. A same 10 hertz GPS, like an AIM Solo or an Apex Pro or a Racebox. But what makes it very special is it has a 4G connection as well. as the GPS antenna. So what that means is that you never have to go find a USB cable and upload data, download data and upload data again. Your data is live streamed to our server while you drive. It's being analyzed while you drive. And by the time you get out of your car and you take off your helmet and you open your computer, your phone, or your iPad, you have what I see, what I'm looking at here, you have ready to go. And so you'll just complete your session and say, I was in this vehicle and I want to share this session with this group maybe, or this group or whatever. Click save, and then it's going to show you this screen right away. So instead of going and pulling files, like opening Race Studio, pulling those files off and then going to the upload screen, and dragging and dropping them here and uploading, it will actually just do it all for you automatically. And then on top of that, it allows you to actually live stream your data while you are on track. So, Vicki, if you're in the car, you can have a Firelink in the car. Bill can analyze the data. He can see exactly where you are on track, how fast you're going, what your G forces are, whatever. He can give you insights over the radio if you so desire, or maybe you just decide to turn off the radio, but you would have that available to you as well.
So what would happen is I would get the insights. I would tell someone else. She would then be told by them what goes on, and then she'd listen. So it's a little quirky, but it gets the job.
It's like a game of telephone.
Yeah,
I love how Dave is describing it. I just keep hearing in my head, but wait, there's more.
I mean, that's kind of how it's been lately,
cool.
it seems. Yeah, I mean, it's really neat. I mean, it's so cool because like in our race cars, I've got aim stuff in the cars and it's great. But I have a Firelink in every car, and it prompts you to look at your data. You drive a session, you log in, you have a notification that says, we found you, 0.6 seconds at Mid-Ohio. Oh, cool. Let me take a look. Let me analyze it. If you don't check your laps for an hour or two, you'll get an email in your inbox that will tell you the same thing. Hey, check this out. We've got something for you. Click here, view your session. And like to actually just be handed that from a system like this is just unlike anything else out there, and we're really excited about it. So that's our Firelink that pairs with Firelapse.
So Firelink interfaces with the other systems, or it just does it on its own?
It does it on its own. So it has its own. I'll show you the. I'll log myself out here, but you can see. There we go. So this is the Firelink. This gets mounted in the car. You've got your two antenna leads that connect here. This, the square black antenna you mount like where you would mount an aim antenna from a whatever logger, usually just like behind you in the middle of the car is perfect. But once it's done, it's awesome. It has a QR code on the side of it. All you do, you're logged in on your phone to your account. You scan the QR code. It says this device is connected. Boom, and you're done. You wire it to switched power, so it's switched 12-volt power with ignition. So you get in the car, you never think about it again. You go drive the car. You don't have anything to turn on or charge or anything, and you just drive. And then when you're done driving, you have those insights handed to you every time.
So it's got, for the non-visuals, it will be on YouTube, Garage Heroes in Training. Surprise, surprise. You got your antenna, which in this case is square. Sometimes they're round. And then you've got the box is probably, looks like a 1x2 by 3.
Yeah, it's, I should have had one here. It's yay big. It's small.
It's palm hand size.
Yeah,
thing.
Exactly.
A couple cords. Looks like a one-stop shop, solves all problems. Because, I know it's hard to imagine, Daniel, but I will say that your interface is slightly better than the AIM interface, shall we say?
Well, thank you.
Slightly. Should we take that as a compliment?
The bar is pretty low, I'm pretty sure. I know I had zero chance at getting Vicki to use her AIM interface with the Race Studio, so I tried to do Apex Pro, but now this is even easier.
It should be as easy as it gets. And look, I think AIM makes fantastic product, so we don't mean to knock them. I mean, I have probably own a half dozen AIM devices, and
as do
we built our yeah, exactly. And we built the platform just to make that AIM data more accessible, because we found that 8 or 9 out of 10 guys in the paddock or girls in the paddock have the equipment
Yep.
and weren't actually looking at the data, and they were using it as a lap timer, and that's it. And this is an expensive lap timer at that
It's
point.
a really expensive lap timer.
Yep, exactly.
So, yeah. So this looks like it solves some of our problems. And I just want to make sure you guys are aware, since the intervening time has traveled, we have come up with more problems. So don't worry, we're still coming up with them on a race by race basis. But this looks very cool. This is this could solve some problems. We might the team and I, probably more specifically I, are going to have a hard return to racing next season. This was kind of a regroup, recharge,
Fluff season.
survive. Don't make too much pain. And I think the batteries are full go. So now we got a couple things we need to put in the car. So all right, so let's talk. How long is install? It looks like it's like quick. Power.
It's a 20-minute thing. We've installed them at the track plenty of times. It's literally just 12-volt switch, power and ground. That's it.
Okay.
Very easy. And it's, adhesive, there's adhesive Velcro on the back of the box, and the antenna's adhesive and magnetic also. So yeah, it goes, depends on the chassis, but it's really not something we've had a hard time putting in at the track.
All right. So we do that. That's something even I could do, as long as I can reach where we want to put it. That's fine. So this is a hardware with a subscription?
It is, yeah. So the Firelink comes, it's $4.99, which is, I think, very reasonable for a data logger if you look at everything else out there. And that does come with your first year on the platform with the Intelligent Lap Coach, which is normally $229 a year. Cool. So we give you that. And that's going to give you all of the features and more of what I just showed you. And then from there, we have our two different plans, either one that's $99 or one that's $299, or I'm sorry, $229. And so it depends on how much of the coaching you want versus just being able to visualize the data. That's really up to you. It's important to, I know that, we've got plenty of folks, myself included. Sometimes I feel like, oh man, I feel like I subscribe to a lot of things. The difference with Firelapse is that, it's, I think, really highly justified because of what you have seen take place over the last 2 years with the platform, how much has developed and grown, and it's just gotten better and better for our drivers. And then we also have ongoing costs regarding the cellular connectivity. So the servers cost money, the cell service costs money. So it's one of those things that the tech necessitates some ongoing cost, and it also lets us, one, exist as a company, but two, allows us to continue to pour in resources to make all these things happen. So the feedback we get from drivers that jump in on it is, hey, this is like this is the least amount of money I've ever spent for the lap time gain that I'm getting. And that's something we'll hang our hat on all day long. So when you look at your total race budget, this is a minuscule amount of it, and it's going to make one of the biggest impacts.
All right, so I've got a couple problems with what you have. How am I supposed to forget my SD cards if you're going to solve all these problems for me?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, every other time I either forget my SD card or my SIM card, or I forget, what was the other thing we did last time we went to the track? Do you remember of it?
I don't remember.
We forgot. I mean, we've messed this up in so many different ways. You've got everything solved.
We've got it solved, and you can still forget your SD card when you rear end somebody on track, and then the stewards come by and ask for that SD card. That's when you want to forget the SD card, or have it be perhaps corrupted.
We're not even going to talk about our GoPro issues. Those are just big teases. Anyway.
Yeah. So anyway, but look, we back everything with a guarantee as well. We've just it's not even on the website yet, but we're calling it our 100-lap guarantee. Basically, get a Firelink, put it in your car, run it for 100 laps, which is usually like a weekend. If you don't find time and you don't improve, send us an email. We'll send you a shipping label. We will pay for the return shipping. Send it back to us if it's not working for you. We're just that confident because we've seen this work for so many people as we've rolled this out over the last couple of years. So yeah, so we believe in it, and I think that there's this inherent skepticism because people are like, wait, this is new. I've not really heard of something like this. But the reality is, like, we know we're new. This is a new category that didn't exist before. And so we expect a little of that. And so we want to put our money where our mouth is and say, hey, look, try us. You're going to go faster. And if you don't, no hard feelings, send it back.
Right.
So that's kind of our angle there.
All right. So you know we're your problem childs. We're the endurance team. How do we chop this up for 3 or 4 drivers? Is it doable?
So, yeah, so it is. So you can run this in an endurance race for the entire time.
Mhm.
And you guys, you run in Lemons. Do you have to do a certain length pit stop? It's like 5 minutes.
No. We we managed to
We
take it.
wouldn't use it for lemons.
Well,
Well, you
we
should.
could.
Well,
You should.
the issue with Lemons is that Lemons spends most of his time with traffic management more than it does with racing.
It's
Yeah,
hard to get
I
a good
could see
lap.
that.
Yeah.
But
So we would
this should
probably
put
use it more for track training, or if
but
we
this
would.
should put
Sure.
that together. Daniel, correct me if I'm wrong. If you're because we do, let's say a stint's 60 laps. That's kind of a standard stint for us. Maybe 100 laps on a time. But if it sees 100 laps, but 20 of them you were free in this section and 10 of them you were free in this section, eventually you get a free lap. Does it kind of figure out what you could be doing if these people would just get out of your way and then
Yeah, exactly. So the coaching tips are based off your best possible lap time, given the laps that you ran. So if on one lap you got stuck behind someone on one straight, um, the coaching tips will give you a friendly recommendation. Hey, go faster here, and you know
yeah.
what that means. But it's always going to find insights based on your fastest possible
Hmm.
theoretical lap from that data and from some other sessions like the ones that happened at other times during the weekend, and sometimes some other drivers too in similar cars. But it's going to try to stitch together the best lap it can that you could have done, and
Hmm.
then give recommendations based off that and how to get closer and closer to that optimal lap.
Yeah, and the
Awesome.
more you run it, the more effective it's going to be. If you go run 2 laps, you're only going to get so much. But you go run 200 laps, yeah, you're going to get really good insights. And you can also change, every time you make a pit stop, anytime that device is powered down, it will consider that a completed session.
Okay.
Or anytime it's stopped for what, 2 minutes or so, Daniel?
If you're
Um,
off track, it's like 1 minute or 2 minutes. Yeah.
yeah, so if you're doing a pit stop and a driver change,
Yeah.
it's going to like reset itself and it's going to prompt you to look at a new session. So what you can actually do is if all of your drivers have a Firelapse account, whoever's got the Firelink in their car,
Hmm.
when that session gets finished, you can actually assign it to a new driver.
Okay.
So you can actually do that and say, okay, hey, I've got your 50, 60 laps, whatever here, send it over. You can go review it on your own time. And then you also have the benefit of actually seeing where the car is on track at any points.
Right.
And, just being able to have any, you could see, oh, our car's off track. Our car is way slow. Something's going on. We've got a mechanical, So it's just nice to know. And that's feedback we've gotten from other endurance drivers, especially at big tracks, is like, oh, it's nice to know where our guy or girl is right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Sometimes you're looking for people to come in on a pit and you miss them, and you're like,
Yeah.
they've been gone a very long time. Where are they? So, yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Exactly.
Sounds
So
like we got a winter project, my dear.
there you go. That
Mhm.
should be about the easiest winter project you do. So we'll have to get one of these out to you guys though to play
Uh,
with. We'd love your feedback next season. That'd be fun.
that's
Mhm.
not a problem. We've got 2 primary cars that are going to be sitting there with one, so we'll talk.
Yeah, right.
Now knowing you, David and Daniel, you got other stuff. You got more toys. What? Give me some more. What else you got? What else you
We
got?
do. We do. We've rolled out a couple of significant partnerships this year. One of them is brand new and hasn't even been announced, but by the time this airs, it will be. But the first of those is with Grid Life. Grid Life announced a new race class in it started in June at the Gingerman Festival,
Hmm.
and it is Grid Life GT or GLGT, and
Hmm.
that's to be kind of a counterpart to GLTC. GLTC is the 12.5 to 1 power to weight ratio cars, and GT is 8.9 to 1 power to weight cars. So more tire under the cars, more provisions for aero, more power, etc. So that class is steadily growing. I did the first race weekend there. I detuned my Miata and put street tires on it to go run with everybody, which was fun. But what's very cool, what we did with Grid Life is we actually, for the first 25 GLGT drivers, we gifted them a Firelink, and they ran them in all the cars throughout the season. And what was very cool is that we worked very closely with Kyle. You probably know Kyle,
Yep.
who announces for them.
Yep.
And Kyle's an awesome guy, and he has taken all the graphics production in-house this past year.
Hmm.
And we worked with Kyle to actually overlay data during their live stream. So we started small at I think we believe we started at Road America, and then we tranched out more and more features throughout the season for the next following 4 events after that. And it's pretty cool because you're watching a race live, and then you see a graphic overlay that says, "Let's look at min and max speeds of every car. Let's look
Right.
at min speed through the kink at Road America. Let's look at." Maximum braking G's or maximum cornering G's or whatever graphic he wants to overlay. Or let's compare these two drivers that are battling. Let's see who's actually faster on the straight or whatever it may be. So we did that, and it was a great success. We got lots of great feedback from people. The vibe in the paddock among the GT drivers was like, "This is awesome. Thanks for giving this to us. I will continue to use this." We got a lot of great testimonials,
Hmm.
and yeah, we were just at a bunch of events, chatting with drivers and hooking up. That's why I know we can hook them up decently well at the tracks
Yep.
because I've had to do it a bunch. And yeah, it's been a really good partnership. So that was the big one starting off this year.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
We noticed it was kind of a gradual rollout through the season. It
yeah.
kept getting bigger and deeper and more. And um, I think Miss Vicky's going to be angry with you guys because the broadcast is my favorite, and I waste most of my weekends when you're live streaming and don't get anything done in the garage. But it's you got to keep up with the friends. Got
I
to.
know, I know. If you got buddies out there, I mean, look, we
Hmm.
do the same thing, and it's yeah, it's super fun. It's just neat to see us be able to like add that layer to an already really professional live stream.
Yeah.
And yeah, we enjoyed that. It was fun to be at a bunch more events this year. So we did all that rollout, and then on top of that, we are also rolling out a partnership with SCCA,
Oh wow.
starting this fall. And it's not
Nice.
you know. It's not a partnership to this level, but we are a preferred partner of SCCA. We're offering some special discounts to SCCA drivers. You're gonna start seeing more about fire laps in the SCCA ecosystem, articles, things like that. But yeah, I was at the runoffs as well. Just what, a couple, three, no, geez, a month ago already.
Yeah. Month.
Unbelievable. And yeah, chatting we had drivers that were there running them, and like the feedback was just awesome. I talked to 3 different drivers just in that afternoon when I was out there that just, hey, they bought Firelinks and they showed up at the track and they loved it, and I said, send me some testimonials, and they sent them back. So yeah, it's just like good things going on with SCCA. That's about as much as I can say right now, but there are potentially some larger things in the works. We'll just have to see, where things go. We'll start
Sure.
small with this partnership and
Sure.
see where things evolve to. So yeah.
Well, I know a guy with a podcast, so if you ever need to, you know, get the board out to literally tons of listeners.
Hey, look, when we were on 2 years ago, we saw your listeners take advantage of the promo code. In fact, we have a new promo code that
New
I'll
promo code.
plug
Oh,
for
breaking
you,
news. Breaking news.
because now we have the Firelink as well. So we made a promo code just minutes ago that is GHiT 25, and that will give you $50 off a Firelink. And Daniel, I believe we're mirroring that same promo code just if you're looking for software, and that is also going to give you 3 months for free on the platform when you sign up for a year. So you get some extra time on there if you just decide you want to use your existing data logger. So either way, we got some good options, and then we back that with, like I said, with our guarantee. So yeah, I think it's hopefully compelling, and it's something that your listeners want to try. We're really proud of it. Obviously, you can tell we're excited about it. So
Hmm.
yeah, if you're listening, give us a try, give us some feedback, let us know what you think.
Just
Absolutely.
think, Bill, that we
Yes.
knew them. We knew them when they were just starting this
I
program.
know. No,
They were so excited back then.
I know.
Hmm.
Well, they should be. I mean, it's been fun. It's been fun to watch from a distance and see how you guys are growing. And Daniel obviously has just been sitting back, sipping Mai Tais, eating bonbons, doing nothing, just nothing at
Just
all.
sitting on the beach.
Yeah, it's a good job, good gig, man. I appreciate it, but it's easily seen. I'm not even going to say from when you guys were last on to now. It's seen. It seems like week to week, month to month. It's like, oh, it does this now. Oh, they
Uh-huh.
can do this now. So
It's kind of crazy because it to me it happens more like, when you're in it every day, you don't realize, oh my gosh, look at how much we changed. But then I go back and like look at our social media posts from 6 months ago, and I'm like, whoa, we've come a long way since then. Look at all this stuff we've done.
yeah,
We've got a couple, not to just pitch things all day,
yeah.
but we
But
do have
while
a
we're
couple
here,
things. But while we're here,
I
But
mean, you
wait,
might
there's more.
you might
there's
as well
more.
get your
Well,
zero
we
dollars
talked
worth,
about
right? I mean, if you're going to spend $0, you should get all of it out of it. So,
exactly. Well, look, I mean, we talked about what we did in the past and what we've done recently, what's available now, but there are a couple things that are just worth mentioning, I think, that are coming. And and the reason I want to mention it is because these are the questions that we are getting all the time.
Mhm.
And so the first thing that I will mention is that we will be releasing a CAN bus enabled device in the near future.
oh,
Um,
cool.
What is
so we
that?
will have there will be Firelapse, and then there will be, as we're calling it at least for now, Firelapse Pro, and there will be a Firelink Pro. And what that's going to do, instead of having just a power and ground wire, we will be adding a CAN high and CAN low wire and using that to interact with your AIM device that has vehicle data, your various standalone ECUs that we're pairing with. And what that will do is now all of a sudden we'll be pulling in all of that vehicle telemetry into the platform and using that and leveraging that to give you even more pointed and direct coaching. And so that's coming hopefully 2026. I don't have a firm launch date, just know that it's well in development right now. And, we've heard customers loud and clear. There are a lot of loggers that will just record your GPS data.
Right.
And, the feedback we got is, but wait, we like this, but we want more. We want all this stuff. And hey, I already spent this money on this data system. So can I
Hmm.
get that into your platform? So fortunately, because we've had so much AIM data uploaded over the years, we have a lot of this type of data in our platform already. We have throttle position and steering angle and brake pressure and on and on and on. And so Daniel's been able to begin training models on all of those metrics and all those channels. So once Firelapse Pro is available, we'll have a whole lot to be able to offer our drivers once that rolls out. So, nothing now, but just I mention it to say that, hey, everybody, we hear you. We know there's demand for this. We're not slowing down, and we recognize that this is a really logical and important next step for our platform.
So
So it's coming.
two things. Daniel, why are you wasting your time talking to us? You should be making this thing happen. I had to do that for
What do
you,
you think?
David.
I was working on about an hour ago,
I'm sure.
and we'll
Mhm.
be doing it in a little bit. So,
I'm sure. I'm sure. And then we need to talk more in depth on that when that comes out. So keep us in mind, please.
Yeah, for sure. It'll be some time, but it'll probably be about that time for
Yeah,
another chat.
it's okay.
And we also will be doing I won't get into it in detail, but we're going to be doing a very limited time offer starting, it's looking like in November, where we're going to be making things even easier for new drivers to join our platform. We're going to make onboarding faster, more personable. It's going to include some direct one-on-one communication with us to get drivers up to speed, some monthly webinars. We'll review data with drivers, and just a bunch of different bonuses and some exclusive stuff that we're going to be putting in. And it's going to be capped. It's going to be limited because there's only so much that we can do in one month.
Right.
But that's coming, and it's going to be I think, a ton of value for new drivers. So I would just say I'll leave it at that for now, but keep an eye out for what is coming. I think it's going to be tough to say no. I think it's going to really appeal to anybody
Cool.
who's perhaps on the fence. So
That sounds awesome. All
more
right.
there.
So I had two more questions before we depart, and
Sure.
Daniel, you've been very quiet. So last time we pestered you, we had to get Daniel on track. Did we accomplish this goal? It's been a couple of years.
That has still not happened, and
Ah.
it's still a desire.
The right seat. I've taken him out for some fast laps. We've had a good time, but
Yes.
Okay. All
That
right.
was that was funny. He took me to my physical limits in the Turbo Miata. That was a lot of fun. I'm still trying to find a way to get my CRV on track, and so far
Oh, yes.
that's that's been the hurdle.
Okay. No worries. No worries. And then David, you did a little bit of driving this year. How'd it go?
It went well. It went well. I was driving in two different series. I was driving in the new GLGT
Mm-hmm.
class, which was a bit of a challenge for the car because I had to put street tires on, and I can only really fit a 245 tire. So I've got a Turbo K series, and I'm trying to put it down out of corners on a 245,
Right.
Falcon or something. And so definitely when all your competition has like a 295 or 305 under their Corvette, it's a little bit of
Mm-hmm.
a challenge, but I still actually managed to place mid-pack pretty consistently. And the car ran awesome. I had to detune it a bunch too to get to that power to weight. But it was a blast. I had a great time. It was good racing. It was fun. I went to Road America and Autobahn and Gingerman were the three that I did. And then I was at some of the other ones, like at Laguna. I just didn't get a car out there.
Right.
So that was fun. I think the series is going to take off big time next year, and it's been a fun to be a part of that. And then at Autobahn, just in the member race series, where I run the car on A7s and with the power with another 90 horsepower against basically factory Porsche and BMW race cars, I actually won my class. I won
Really?
GT2 for the season
Nice.
in my 2001 Miata with the K series. So it was very fun to do that, and it came down to the last weekend. So hyped about that, and yeah, we got a little awards banquet on Saturday and pick up
Sweet.
a trophy, and yeah, can't complain. That
No.
was also a blast. So I have to say, for doing the two classes and kind of swapping the car back and forth between them and doing that many race weekends, everything went, I'd say, extremely well. So
You know what? You forgot to say
what's that?
the only reason you had that success was fire laps.
Uh-huh. You're right. You're right.
Ah.
I'll say it for you.
I can't plug it too hard, Bill. I
Well,
can't. I've done enough.
hey, the
I've
philosophy
beaten
of our
him into
team.
the ground with this.
The philosophy of our team is if it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing. I'm just saying.
It's true. It's true. Well, I mean, but jokes aside, yes, I did review data incessantly throughout the season, and it was super helpful, and it was very fun. There's now a couple of the Autobahn GT drivers that are running Firelinks, and not obviously all the GT guys on the Grid Life side. And so just to look at all the data and overlay, like, it's just fun. It's fun to look at, and you learn things just by comparing with other drivers.
Yeah.
So it's just like adds this richness to racing that just isn't there otherwise. You don't have that easy way to share with people. So
Right.
just that, it just was more, I went faster, but I enjoyed myself more also. Just
Yep.
It's just simple as that.
I mean, getting better is half the fun. The other half is the people.
Yep, absolutely. That personal improvement is, before I was wheel to wheel racing, I spent a lot of time just going to the track and just getting my driving dialed in and my setup, and just, hey, I want to find time. I want to go faster. And
Right.
so there's, we help with all aspects of driving on track. So from that to, whatever level you want to take it to.
And there's two things. You got to come back when the CAN bus system is compatible, and open invitation when the tomometer comes in. That's another
Thermometer.
that's a full episode. I can't wait to see what Daniel comes up with my brilliance. I'm sure he's going to interpret it and make it even better than I envisioned it in my head. And
He
Vicky's
will.
just sitting
He
there
will.
going,
These
the stuff that's in
sunglasses
your head.
I'm
are
listening
gonna
to
be
you.
giants.
It's,
Yep. And for anybody who's intrigued by the Firelapse Pro stuff and kind of like, but I'd kind of like to check this out now. I don't know when that's coming. I will say this, that early adopters, people who have purchased Firelinks now, will actually, part of what we're offering will be a $499 credit towards your Firelapse Pro and your Firelapse Pro membership. So literally, there's no reason to wait. Get on the platform now and start learning. Once it comes out, you're effectively getting a $499 discount. So it's like you didn't even spend any extra money. So check it out now and play with it and start learning. Don't wait, because I don't know how long Daniel's going to take. You know what I mean? So
It's very cool.
no pressure there, Daniel. I was subtle, but I pieced that to, a little bit. Tiny bit. So cool. Well, it is great to see you guys. You guys were just getting started and kind of looking forward and had some great ideas, and many of them are fulfilled. I'm sure the to-do list has gotten even longer, and the wouldn't that be cool list got even longer, because
it is.
it's racing like everything. I could do just a little bit better, and it's part of the fun. But anything that'll help my beautiful bride look at data, I am in. Mark us down. We got at least two of them coming. I'm going to talk to the rest of the teams and cars and see what they want. So
Love it.
we'll be there. We will request when we place our order that you send us lots of stickers, because we have lots of cars that need to have fire laps on the side. So
We will load you up. We'll get
all
you
right,
some
there we go.
some shirts and some hats or whatever other, some koozies. I got a lot of koozies.
A lot of koozies.
So-
Vicky's a fan of koozies.
Yep.
I will get you hooked up, Vicky. I will give you a lot of koozies.
That sounds
Love
awesome.
it.
Well, guys, I can't wait to see how this goes, and we're going to definitely be using it. We're going to be using it next season. We might even squeeze if we can get an HPDE in before the winter comes, we might do that.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
it should be fun, and I can't wait to see what comes next year. And now you got me sitting there saying, "Where's the can? Where's the can?" Do I sound like David now for you, Daniel? That's where's the can?
That's right. We'll give it to you eventually. We'll you know what? We'll chat. We'll get you an early unit. We'll get you a
Ooh.
pre-production
There you go.
one to play with. How about that?
Oh, I
We'll
could do that.
We'll test run it for you.
That's right.
Look at all these things I'm promising already.
Why does it say I'm so slow? Well, it's because you are. Oh, okay. Awesome. Oh, one thing I forgot. I've got a autocross compatible.
Good question. As of now, it is not. We do get emails regularly from the autocross crowd and the hill climb crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, you do need to actually complete laps in order for it to learn.
Okay.
There's not a to B, 2 points, but you talk about the long list. It's on the
there.
list.
Yeah.
It's
I was going to say
on the
Daniel's
list.
list did not grow by one increment when I asked the question. So that's why I felt okay. I didn't want to bury you, Daniel,
Yep. So we've got some thoughts there, but look, there's a lot of things. Would we like to eventually have our own display? Yes, of course. That's also on the list. There's things that will happen,
guys are
but
getting fancy.
if anything, if it gives you any confidence in these things happening, take a look at what we've done over the last 3 years, and you can see we're not slowing down. We're pedal to the floor, coming out with new features and new products, and we're going to continue to do so. So we'll do it as quickly as humanly possible.
And if anything can get Miss Vicky to look at data, it's got to be good.
There
We will
you
make
go.
sure it is only the best for you, Vicky.
Got it. Love it.
Thank you, guys. Great having you on again.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Talk
so
soon.
much.